Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. So I think I have some bad capacitors in here. Unfortunately this whole thing has to come apart, and so it's going to come apart. I've taken this thing apart several times. It's almost like a walk in the park for me. I pretty much know where, everything goes and doesn't go. Now I'm hoping that I don't have to pull out the amplifier part at the bottom. That seems to be working fine, so I'm not going to worry about that part. Alright. And I got the capacitors to replace this with. I think the other ones are either weak or something's going on with them, because after a while it won't rewind, it won't fast forward, or vice versa. After a while it will rewind and fast forward when it's warm, and then it will, just shut off, whatever it is. But a lot of different screws. I think that may be it for the top plate. And you gotta wash these little washers. Some of them had them, some of them didn't. I can actually clean this too while it's all right. A little dirty there, so a little dirty inside the machine too there. I did clean this, but unfortunately I think I was using some older tape, and the older tape was just made a mess of everything, so I'm going to have to clean all this again. So the circuit board is in here behind all this. There's 4 screws. It takes this off, but what I'm going to do is I'll take the screws out, but you have to get it from the back. So let me get a different screwdriver for that one. This is the same model as the X-330D, just a Roberts model. I'm not sure the whole story if Roberts worked for them or if somehow, they were partners, but basically the same exact machines. I did replace all the belts, so all the belts are pretty good. And like I said, everything else seems to work pretty good. I'm just going to move this out of the way so it doesn't get lost. All these little washers. I'll probably do some cleaning again too. This machine is very, very heavy. I think it's about 50 some pounds or something like that. It doesn't look it, but it is. What I'm going to want to do is turn this backwards on the side. Because I got to pull this plate off to undo some of the connections in the back. And again, I've taken this thing apart a few times, so I pretty much know where everything is at. Just try to move that up and pull the cable out. I'm not going to remove the power supply. There's no need for that. It does get a little tight trying to put everything back in, but hopefully it shouldn't be an issue. I'm wondering if I can get you in a little closer. You want to see a close-up. Alright. As you can see inside the machine, I'm not sure if it's possible or not. Let me see something here. There's like plugs It's probably hard to see from this point, but yeah, there's different plugs and stuff in there. All right, let me pull this out and I'll bring you right back. It's probably hard to see, but these are the plugs right here. Oh, of course, when I hit the camera, that doesn't help out either. These are the plugs right here that actually have to be undone to remove the whole unit. These connect to the power supply. It's just, they don't give you much room. There's a little bit of room, but not a lot to get inside it. All right. Once you replace them, that's pretty much, you take the rest of it away. I think there is a part that goes onto the amplifier, which is right here. Let's see what else there is. I think that's it. So let me grab something to put on that. I think I'll just, what can I use here? Use something, get this out of the way. I'll use a little USB charger here. All right. So basically what we want to do is we want to get this board off. Yeah. That's the board, that's the problem right there. So as soon as I pull this part off, it's held on by 4 screws. There's 2 plugs here. You'll see these are the 2 plugs, 4 screws in the front that hold it on, and I'll pull up the circuit board and we'll get back to this part. We're gonna have to redo the, you know, I think it's easier when it's, maybe not. Just some plastic plugs. They do get held up a little bit though. Everything's so old and there it goes. All right. Here's the other one. All right, let's see if we can pull this around the front part of it. Let's see what this looks like. Look at this here. Yeah, I've replaced all these, the run capacitors over here. I changed them around to different ones, but hopefully they're okay. I think my biggest problem is the front here, so I wonder if I can get that a little bit farther. All right. 4 screws hold on the front, this circuit board. Again, like I said, I've done this before, so it's nothing new for me. This is not my first time taking this board out. I was having an issue, and it ended up being the run capacitors. But now I think that my other issue is the those capacitors on this board. So I'll give it a shot, see what happens. Plus it gives me a chance to clean this up a little better. Like I said, I used a dirty tape and it was just shedding everywhere. Let's call it that. So, yep, it's always one that drops. All right, there's my board. Oh, that's right. It also has the plugs in here. So unplug this part. And it also has the remote plug connected to, which I'm going to have to disconnect. So let's work on that part first. All right, let me get another screwdriver for that part. Let's put this here. Let me bring you right back here 1 second. All right, I pretty much tried to mark what I could, but it's still, you know, it's so hard to come. I'm just going to do one at a time, obviously, only because I'm not going to pull them all out, lose where they're at, and it's not worth it to me. Let me get some of my stuff ready, my flux, this. All right. Again, I don't even know how much of this stuff I'm going to use. probably won't even use that much of it. It's basically just replacing these in and out. So let's start with this one. Looks like that's the positive right there. Let's get this, and we'll do with the. We'll just go with the. A lot of people don't like these because they shed a lot of stuff. So you just got to be very careful when you use these solder suckers. It can leave a lot of components on your space. But that's going to be a little tight to get to that one. Get my, what am I looking for here? A pair of needle nose or something to pull that out. All right. And of course that's the positive side. So going over here, wow, that's so close to those. All right. Now there's the negative. Did it fall out? Yeah, I think it did. Okay. So that's the, this one is the 47160. So over here I have 47160. Now you can see the difference in size. It's crazy, right? But they're supposed to be the same thing. So, all right, this one has the negative pointing with the arrow that way. So this side is the negative. All right. Negative pointing that way. Up around the resistor there. Use the needle nose there for it. You know what? I'm actually going to clean this up a little bit right there. While I have it open, just going to get some alcohol and clean all this stuff up. This whole thing is just filthy. They'll probably go over it. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's make sure we don't, arrows pointing that way, we're going this way. All right. It's stopping me on this side. All right. It's not going to really matter which, as long as you get the positive and negative right, that's all that really matters. Get some solder here. I'm going to put some on here and then push it up a little bit. It seems like it fell down a little bit. All right, so as you can see, the arrow is going to this side, so that's the negative and that's the positive. All right, let's solder this one. I don't know why it's so close to that. All right. Have little hair cutters here. It doesn't look like it. No, That's what I was forgetting here. Get a little bit of flux on it. Just a drop. Let's smooth a little better. Flow a little better there. There we go. Much better. Let's get some. Let's that one. Again, I'm just going to clean it around with some alcohol around here. Just get some of the dirt and all the other stuff around. Any mess I might have made. All right, that's one. Let's get on to the second one here. Let's see, we'll go with number 2 is this one. Hopefully let's double check that. Yep, that's the positive side again. Now this is a bigger one. This is the 100 microfarad, which would be this one. So same thing, arrow's pointing that way. So that's actually the way it would go on the board. So it's actually going to go like this. Might be easier just to, I'm not even sure where they're at. All right. Now they have some kind of protectors on here. Let me figure out where this one's at. I think it's that one. Next to that piece. I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Which would be again the negative. Came right off. See, they have some kind of protectors on there, I guess, in case it leaks. There's a little spacer there or something, but we're just going to put it right back on. Whatever we got here. Yeah, it's actually, yeah. I wonder if it was actually leaking. Or is that just the glue they used here? I think they used the glue for that. All right. That actually holds it better too. All right, so same as before, we're looking at this one is the negative. And there's the positive. All right. We're in. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the next one too, just to make it a little bit easier. It's right here. So again, here's the positive. What do we got here? I'm going to go up. I'm going to say that it's this one right here. Yeah, this is what comes out of those things. You got to be very careful because I actually I fixed an amplifier one time. And believe it or not, a stupid little piece of this got into the board and I fried a capacitor. I turned it back on, a capacitor glue, and I was like, what's going on here? And so I realized that, hey, I did something wrong. So, all right, that one stayed in there. Again. 100. This one's 100. The arrow is going that way, so it goes like this. And let's do it to where we see where we're at. Yeah, this is nice because it'll protect it a little bit at the board. All right. We have negative going that way. All right, let's get it in there. Very hard to do this. I wonder if I should turn them so I could see what they are and which way they're going. It doesn't really make a difference, but that's probably fine. All right, now we have this one right here. That side's the negative right there, and there's my positive. Okay, we're back in the frame there. Okay, and then we're right there. Again with the negative to the top. The only problem I see is this one's holding up something, but same thing, 100 microfarads. All right, what I'll do is I'll bring you back when I get some of these out or ready to solder them back in. It's just kind of boring, so hold on one second, I'll be back. All right, so they're all down there. Let's trim these off. I'll clean up the board a little bit. I just use to clean up the board and everything. That's okay. To clean up things, I'll use this. Just 99.9 alcohol. Pretty much pure. I mean, you're not going to get any better. It dries pretty quick. Plus, it's the best thing you probably use on electronics. You just want to clean up the boards and everything else. Just obviously, you want to make sure you dry it because you don't want any kind of wet electronics. But it does a nice job on cleaning things up and stuff like that. So, getting all this dirt and everything else off. Any of the old flux, anything else that's around there. So. All right. I don't know if anybody else has one of these machines or not at home, but hopefully this will help you out if you need to see anything on the circuit board. Or if you have any questions or anything else, I can definitely help you out. I mean, it's basically, that's all it really is. So let's get the machine back and let's pop it back in. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if this makes any difference or if I wasted my time. I mean, I didn't waste my time. I can actually check the other ones if we want to. If it matters or not. Put this over here for a second. I have a meter to check these out. We'll zero that out. We'll put this over here. I don't know if you can read that or not. Is it the angle? There you go. All right, so there's a 0. So let's do this. Let's see what we have here. This is a positive, negative. And this actually says that it's a good if it's under 200 microfarads. Well, I'm pretty sure it is because both of them were. So it's 47 microfarads. So I imagine it's showing it's a good cap. but the resistance is kind of high, right? It's got like almost 0.700. Oh, anyway. Plus it also says it's for 25 volts, and this is actually higher. So I think you can read this thing down here, but whatever, you know, they're probably about at least 60 years old. So it's no big deal and change them. I can probably go through them and check them all, but honestly, it's not worth it. I mean, not really worried about it that much. All right, so let me clean some of this stuff off. We don't need this on anymore. We'll turn that off. Do that, clean that out. These can go in my bag of other ones that I replaced from this machine. I don't know where I put them at. Let's see. Yeah, didn't help any. All right, hold on one second. I'll bring you right back. And if you're curious, these were the ones I replaced before. So this is from the rest of the machine. All these little caps, they were all on the soundboard and everything else. So I did quite a, I replaced a lot of these caps on this machine here. There ain't many more to replace, let's put it that way. All right, let's get the main unit back up. Alrighty. Okay, we just got a couple more plugs to put together. We'll put it back into the machine, and hopefully it'll work. Let's see what we have. Brown. Is that the right one? Yeah, it looks like the right one. All right, that one. That one. The remote control's back, everything else is back. Okay, it's pretty clean. All right, let's get the other piece. Let's, all right, well, let's see if anything we did works. I guess we'll see if it'll fast forward now. Oh. No, it definitely looks like it's better than it was before. It seemed like when I would hit fast forward or rewind or anything like that, it would just like didn't want to move at all. Now again, it could be some other things I got to replace too, but for now it seems like the fast forward seems to be working. Now I know I was having I think more of the issue was with the rewind, or I think it was when it was the tape was like more or less on the other sides. So only with the big reels. I think I'm on 10-inch. I don't have the thing in there, but I'm pretty sure it is. It looks like it's a lot better than it was. It seemed like before this didn't want to move, so it's nice and smooth that way. That's better. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is doing it. Let's see. I don't know what other capacitors I could replace. I replaced all the other ones. I replaced the run things. I mean, it is doing it, so I'll see if it rewinds the whole tape. If it rewinds the whole tape, then I guess I'll call it a win. It's hard. It's so hard because I was only having the issues. Now, it could have been the tape too. I did notice that some of this tape was old. And that might have been some of the issues too with it. Because I heard a lot of squeaking and everything else. But obviously you can see the fast forward is a lot faster than rewind. It is doing it though. I don't know, what the speed was supposed to be. It's a lot better than it was, so I think I'm going to call that for a win. But mainly this way you guys can see what it looks like inside. I'll take it apart, everything else. I'll probably put all this back together again and we'll play it. Probably another video. Yeah, it's the other thing. It's like the safety there, so that'll work. Yeah, it seems like it's working. The needles are moving. I mean, if I can bring in a little bit, show you the needles and stuff. Let's see if we can do it like this. I don't know if you can see them too good, but they are moving right there. The meters on these things are terrible. They're just, they could have done something a lot better with this. You can see them now. No, one side. Yeah, there it goes. I think I had a lot of problems with the tape too, but anyway, so I'll probably end up putting this Yeah, see, it just doesn't have that power I would just think it would have, but it is working. We'll see what happens. Maybe, again, I'm going to try some new tape. These are all old, used tapes. I did order some new tapes. That's coming, so I'm going to see if that's a problem. But it's definitely better than it was before. It wasn't rewinding all the way last time, so it's definitely a win. So, all right, well, I'm going to put this together. I'll put another video of it running. I do a little more cleaning just because this got like dirty from the old tape. I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up. So, but I'm gonna call that for now. And stay tuned. Next video I'll put on. It'll be of it playing with the stereo, with everything. We'll record some stuff. I'll see what it sounds like that way. But anyway, this gives you an idea how to take it apart, what the circuit board looks like. Because I couldn't find any information. There's only one other person that has some information on this, and he had an issue with this switch right here, and I also had an issue with that. I had to clean it up, but that wasn't my main issue. I was only recording on the right side, and I kept taking the switch apart. I was doing everything. I figured that's where it was stopping, but it wasn't. It was actually in the head, wasn't coming back, and I realized it was bad tape. So tape makes a big difference. Now this, again, it'll probably run a lot better with new tape and everything else. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Be out soon. Thanks again, and hope everyone is safe and well. Take care.